Yes, and welcome. And today I'm gonna show you some really funny phone, funny, a really old phone, and that's orange Yummy. Small display, 512 megabytes of RAM, 4 gigabytes of internal storage, and you can put some SD cards up to 32 gigabytes. But why I'm gonna show you that old phone? Yeah, it was bought in orange on a contract, and it was really popular phone in 2013 2014. It was called an entry-level phone because many people who switched from old 2G phone with keyboard when we need to we need to press buttons. Wanted to change for a 3G phone with a touch screen, but not everyone wanted to spend a lot of money to buy Samsung Galaxy S, S2, or first version of Sony Xperia. And as you can know, first smartphone wasn't perfect. ROM wasn't built in one day, and it took time to develop a really good smartphones. But that was phone for the people who maybe doesn't need something really fast with a big screen, but want to have Navi, GPS, WhatsApp, few apps, and that's all. So for that people, that was really nice, and it has of course 3G, so we could use it in many 3G networks. It was also a really nice idea for people who arrive in the UK. I wanted to buy a SIM card from free, because as you know, a lot of companies had a 2G network, but free started with a 3G network. They didn't have a 2G network, so some cheap 3G phone was the only way how you can connect to that network at the time. Of course, then we developed the LTE, 4G, and so on. So, and I think that the cheapest and the best 4G phone was Note 4, Samsung Galaxy Note 4, and we had also really nice from S series LTE phone 4G, like S5, and yeah, I wanted to say S4. S5, S6 Edge, S7 Edge. I had S7 Edge, S8 Edge, which I'm using right now for 5G. But that's not the topic of that video. First, then we are talking about Samsung Yomi, and I think it's really nice for people who doesn't need sometimes maybe for older people who just wanted a 3G phone. Now it's not usable anymore because in a days 3G, 2G network and 3G network, third generation network will be turned off, and in Europe there will be only 5G and 4G because 5G is developing, and there's better and better coverage of 5G, and most people use still 4G in most places, and not so many people use 3G, because if you will check the GPS localization service and some SIM cards in a car, they use 4G or 2G. Sometimes they use still GPRS in 2G network, but 3G network is not usable anymore because in 3G you had only standard speed was 384 kilobytes per second, and HDPA 3.5 G was up to 14 megabits per second. So 14 megabits per second is not really fast, and it wasn't available everywhere. Mostly it was available only standard speed 384 kilobits per second. Yeah, and it's pretty slow for this time. For example, on 4G you have 150 megabits per second or 300 megabits per second download, and up to 150 megabits per second upload. So it's much more convenient. But if you compare to a 2G, in 2G you had only about 60, 64, 56 kilobits per second, and you switch to 384 in 3G, it was much upgrade at that time. But the start of 3G network, that's 2003, 2004, and now we have 2020, so it's quite similar. But until 3G network will not be switched off, until we have 3G coverage, you can still use this type of phone just for a kid or for localization. You can put a SIM card and put somewhere in a car. For example, you don't have GPS localization in the car and you want to rent your car to someone and you put it somewhere. You can check where the phone is and where the car is. So it's also a really nice idea. The bad thing of that phone, what I can say, small display, not a lot of RAM, 512 megabytes. Yeah, at that time it was also really not enough. I think at in the old time 2 GB of RAM would be better in that time when it was released. Android 4x4 4.4 KitKat, also a nice idea. The biggest issues, screen. That's a plastic. As you can see, it's plastic. Maybe we'll make some hard test of that phone, so we'll see how it looks. But it's a plastic. It doesn't have regular glass, so it's really it's not a good idea. And so RAM, screen, and the last thing is NFC. It doesn't support NFC, so it's not usable for pay by phone, and it's really small phone. So if it small phone with NFC, you can put somewhere in in a small bag and just pay by that, and it would be much better. Just add NFC and ruler glass, and it would be much better. You can see a photo of that phone on my Facebook and on my Instagram, so look on my social media and you will see more about it. Thanks for watching, and I'm gonna see you in my next video. Bye.